Welcome to the third episode of our series on the fascinating Asmat tribe of Papua in Indonesia. In this segment, we will look at their rituals and beliefs. The Asmat tribe has a fascinating belief system when it comes to death. According to their customs, a person's passing is not a natural occurrence. Instead, they believe that an evil spirit interferes with the person who has died, causing their demise. The Asmat people believe that the death of someone in their tribe is initiated by magical powers, especially if the person who died is relatively young. However, this opinion is inversely proportional if the deceased is a newborn. In the Asmat tribe, the death of a newborn is considered a common occurrence, and the Asmat believe that the baby's spirit wants to go to the spirit realm. When a member of the tribe falls ill, the closest family members will gather around them. They believe that death will soon pick up the ill person, so they only crowd around them without treating or feeding them. In the Asmat tradition, next to the house of the sick person, there will be a series of fences made from palm tree branches, which they call nipa. If a family member dies, the Asmat tribe, who are in mourning, will take turns hugging the body of the deceased. After that, the family members and relatives left behind will roll around in the mud. Asmat people will show their sorrow by crying for several days or months. The families left behind will also shave their hair, and some will cover their faces and use hats to make themselves look less attractive to others. The Asmat people, who inhabit the southwestern region of Papua, have a long tradition of mummification. This practice has been used for centuries to preserve the remains of their loved ones and keep their spirits present in the community. We will explore the Asmat people's practice of mummification and the significance it holds for their culture. The Asmat people's mummification process is a complex and time-consuming ritual that can take several months to complete. It is typically reserved for the most prominent members of the community, such as chiefs and elders, who have made significant contributions to Asmat society. The process of mummification begins shortly after the person's death. Next, the body is placed in a sitting position and smoked over a fire for several days. This process helps to dry out the body and further prevent decay. After smoking, the body is placed in a wooden coffin and moved to a special hut that is reserved for mummification. In the mummification hut, the body is placed in a sitting position on a platform made of woven bamboo. The platform is raised off the ground to allow air to circulate around the body. A fire is lit beneath the platform, which causes the body to dry out even further. Over the next several months, the body is tended to by a team of mummifiers who perform various rituals and practices to ensure that the body is properly preserved. Offerings of food and tobacco are made to the spirit of the deceased, and the body is periodically recoated with a mixture of clay and other organic materials to prevent decay. Once the mummification process is complete, the body is dressed in traditional clothing and adorned with jewelry and other decorations. It is then placed in a special room within the community's ceremonial house, where it remains on display for many years. The mummy is treated with great respect and is believed to have powerful spiritual energy that can help protect the community from harm. To further honor the dead, the Asmat tribe creates mbis, or sculpture carvings. These carvings are a way of paying tribute to those who have passed away. The Asmat people believe that the spirits of the dead still roam around the house, and the carvings serve as a way of keeping them close. The Asmat rituals are a beautiful and unique way of honoring the dead. The Asmat people's rich cultural history includes past practices of headhunting and cannibalism. While these practices have largely disappeared in modern times, they played a significant role in shaping the Asmat people's identity and worldview. In the past, headhunting was a common practice among many indigenous societies in Papua, including the Asmat. The act of taking an enemy's head was believed to be a way to gain power and prestige within the community. The Asmat people saw it as a way to avenge the deaths of their loved ones and protect their community from harm. The practice of headhunting was often tied to the belief in ancestral spirits, who were believed to be able to provide protection and guidance to the community. By taking an enemy's head, the Asmat people believed they could gain the favor of these spirits and ensure the well-being of their community. Cannibalism, which was sometimes practiced in conjunction with headhunting, was seen as a way to absorb the power and strength of the enemy. It was believed that by consuming the flesh of a powerful enemy, one could gain strength and become more powerful. While these practices may seem barbaric to modern Western sensibilities, it is important to remember that they were deeply rooted in the Asmat people's culture and worldview. They were not practiced out of a desire for violence or cruelty, but rather as a means of protecting and empowering their community. Today, headhunting and cannibalism is no longer practiced among the Asmat people. The traditional way of life for the Asmat people of Indonesia has undergone significant changes in recent years. These changes have brought both benefits and challenges and have had a profound impact on Asmat culture and society. One of the biggest changes to traditional life for the Asmat people has been the introduction of modern technology and infrastructure. This has led to improvements in areas such as transportation, communication, and healthcare, which have greatly benefited the community. However, it has also led to the loss of some traditional practices and knowledge, as well as increased exposure to outside influences. Another significant change has been the shift from a subsistence-based economy to a cash-based economy. Many Asmat people have moved away from traditional hunting, fishing, and farming practices, and have instead taken up jobs in areas such as logging, mining, and tourism. While this has brought increased income and economic opportunities, it has also led to environmental degradation and the loss of traditional livelihoods. Socially, the Asmat people have faced several challenges as a result of these changes. The loss of traditional practices and knowledge has led to a sense of cultural disconnection and loss of identity for many Asmat people. This has been compounded by issues such as migration, urbanization, and the breakdown of traditional social structures, which have led to increased social isolation and poverty. Economically, the Asmat people have also faced several challenges. Many have been forced to compete with outside companies for access to natural resources, such as timber and minerals, which has often resulted in environmental degradation and the displacement of indigenous communities. Additionally, many Asmat people lack access to education, healthcare, and basic infrastructure, which has made it difficult for them to participate fully in the modern economy. The Asmat people have undergone significant changes in recent years because of modernization and economic development. While these changes have brought some benefits, they have also led to the loss of traditional practices and knowledge, increased social isolation and poverty, and environmental degradation. As we continue to move forward, it is important to find ways to support and empower indigenous communities like the Asmat people and to work towards a more sustainable and equitable future for all.